Modern architecture is one of the fundamental instincts of the human race.
Project Architect.
The complexity of movement, modern technology,
a new way of life, most beautiful.
Dare to build. Project Architect is a weekly television series showcasing modern urban architects, the artists who conceive, design, and build the spaces we inhabit. Each 30-minute episode travels the globe, offering an in-depth and up-close look at the work of the world's most celebrated and provocative architects, featuring exciting cinematic journeys through their landmark designs. The show is comprised of 3 segments. Segment 1 showcases a public space, such as museums, schools, retail and workspace. Segment 2 showcases a private space, spotlighting homes, lofts, condominiums and hotels. Segment 3 visits great architects from the past and the buildings they dared to build.
We try to make an architecture that is extremely sculptural and is really animated by that movement. It's not a space that you can necessarily comprehend by standing in one place and understanding the entire thing at one time. You really need to move around the space to see how the different relationships of the forms of the building begin to play off of each other. My sensibility and a lot of my work comes from, is in a sense inspired by artists. What they're interested in, what their needs are, how they think about the space that they make and study art in is something that I feel very close to. And what they needed was a place that said that what they were doing was important. If you look at the Feldenhorn Center, it's really, in a sense, for me, 4 distinct buildings. One is the gallery. The second is the studios building. The tower is a separate building. And the chapel, the existing chapel, while we didn't design it, in my mind was a part of that composition. The site is actually in some ways one of the most complex sites I've ever worked on. There are a series of gateways that the center actually makes. There's one from the lower portion of the campus as you move up off of the hill. It's a pedestrian gateway into the center. There's another one for cars which comes up along the other side of the gallery and then bends around the chapel. And then there's one more pedestrian connection from where the campus is expanding to back into the center. The tower is very much the focal point of the entire design. Because of its sculptural quality, an icon for the Art Center, something that really defines the character of the Art Center. And I was trying very hard to find a way to create a relationship that, again, didn't mimic the existing chapel, but started to connect to it through things like having a similar height, having a similar material, so that all of those elements played off of each other to create one composition. Daylight was an important animator in the building. In the back gallery, the rectangular gallery, it's primarily just top light, a normal skylight which gives you an even diffuse light across the entire space. In the more complex part of the gallery space, really the entry gallery, it's light that comes in from all of the different sides of the galleries. And what we did was to take each of the corners of the gallery spaces where it's very difficult to show art and crack them open and give you views both outside to the surrounding campus, but importantly to allow people, as they moved around the space, moved around and into the Art Center, to get views into the gallery and get views into the students' work. This was the ultimate destination. This was the top of the campus.
Tokyo, Milan, Berlin, Zurich, Holland, Vienna, New York, Oslo, London, Beijing, Australia, Singapore. This has been a multimedia presentation.